Hey everyone, how's it going? Azrin here, owner of the Calgary Language Nerds, and welcome to today's Learn Gujarati with Me podcast episode and YouTube video. Now, when we're learning a language, one of the things that can really help a lot to learn faster and make the process easier is to have very personalized resources designed just for you. That helps grease the wheels, makes things easier, makes things faster. And so for my private students, I will make specific resources that are exactly for like a specific human to make things as straightforward as possible for them. So today's Gujarati lesson is specifically for one of my current Gujarati students, and we're going to talk about two separate things. We're going to do an overview of different pronouns in Gujarati, how to use them, when to use them, so on and so forth. And we're going to do an overview of that. And second of all, we're going to talk about a verb in Gujarati which doesn't have a particular translation, not a direct translation in English. Let's begin with the latter. Let's begin with the verb in Gujarati that doesn't have a direct translation in English. So the verb is farvu. Now, farvu pretty much has one of three different meanings. Meaning number one, so take some notes, by the way. Feel free to write some things down because we're going to have a lot to cover. Meaning number one for farvu is to go for a stroll. Go for a stroll. For example, હું બગીચામાં ફરું છું. હું બગીચામાં ફરું છું. By the way, I'm going to show you some written examples in a moment, but we're going to do it orally to begin. So if you don't know how to spell it, that's okay. In a second, I'll put it on the screen for you. So હું બગીચામાં ફરું છું. I am walking, I'm strolling in the garden or in the park. The second meaning of the verb farvu is to go traveling. So for example, હું મુંબઈ ફરવા જઈશ. હું મુંબઈ ફરવા જઈશ. I will go travel to Mumbai. હું મુંબઈ ફરવા જઈશ. I will go travel in Mumbai. The third meaning of farvu, is pretty much to go and run errands. Kind of like go and run errands. So for example, if you ask me, Aje tame શું કર્યું? What did you do today? I could say, હું આજે ફરવા ગયો હતો. બસ આજે ફરવા ગયો હતો. બસ આજે ફરવા ગયો હતો. I just went and wandered today. And it means maybe I went to Walmart. Maybe I went to a grocery store. Maybe I bought some things. Maybe I visited a friend. Maybe I went for a walk. Maybe I went to the park. Like, I don't know. I just had a day filled with different errands and just had a typical weekend or something like that. So again, three different possible meanings. We have going for a stroll, we have running errands, and then we also have traveling. Let's look at some example sentences, and we're going to do some listening practice. I'm going to read you some sentences. Try your best to understand. I will share my screen and show them to you. First one here. અમે આવતા મહિને મુંબઈ ફરવા જઈશું. અમે આવતા મહિને મુંબઈ ફરવા જઈશું. Second one. તમારે વેકેશનમાં ક્યાં ફરવા જવું છે? તમારે વેકેશનમાં ક્યાં ફરવા જવું છે? તમારે વેકેશનમાં ક્યાં ફરવા જવું છે? Number 3. Let's do actually I don't really like any of these actually. We'll just do those two. Those are the two that we'll do. So we have let's just do those two. I don't like the rest of these. Let's do those two. Let me share my screen so you can see those. So I said અમે આવતા મહિને મુંબઈ ફરવા જઈશું. અમે આવતા મહિને મુંબઈ ફરવા જઈશું. We will go to Mumbai to travel next month. The other one I did here was this one. તમારે વેકેશનમાં ક્યાં ફરવા જવું છે? તમારે વેકેશનમાં ક્યાં ફરવા જવું છે? Where do you want to go traveling for vacation? Okay, let's do a couple more with farvu. Let's look at some with like strolling or walking around. Here we go. ચાલો સાંજે ગાર્ડનમાં ફરવા જઈએ. ચાલો સાંજે ગાર્ડનમાં ફરવા જઈએ. Next one. એ આખો દિવસ મિત્રો સાથે ફરતો હતો. એ આખો દિવસ મિત્રો સાથે ફરતો હતો. એ આખો દિવસ મિત્રો સાથે ફરતો હતો. And let's do one last one. Let's do હું સવારે નદી કિનારે ફરવા જાઉં છું. હું સવારે નદી કિનારે ફરવા જાઉં છું. હું સવારે નદી કિનારે ફરવા જાઉં છું. Let me share my screen and show those to you. These ones I modified a little bit. I just changed the wording a tiny bit. Chalo sanje gardenma farva jaiye. I got rid of thoru. I just dropped that. So, hey, let's go for a stroll in the garden this evening. Chalo sanje gardenma farva jaiye. Let's go for a stroll in the garden. E akho divas mitro sathe farto to. This one I changed to farto hato. I just made it farto hato, so I changed it. So he was, for the whole day, walking around, hanging out with his friends. Last one here. હું સવારે, I got rid of vela. I just said સવારે. હું સવારે નદી કિનારે ફરવા જાઉં છું. I go for a walk by the riverbank in the morning. Nadi kinare is like on the riverbank. So that's kind of like farvu. Hopefully that clears things up and that really helps you understand what that word means and you get to practice it a little bit. Now let's move on to our next topic, which is looking at subject pronouns in Gujarati. So in English, we have the following subject pronouns. In English, I, you, he, she. Then we have it, we, and they. So it's a total of 7 in English. I, you, he, she, it, we, they. Gujarati has pretty much all of those. There's I, you, he, she, we, and they. There isn't it. But the thing is, Gujarati is quite different from English because there are up to 5 different versions of each subject pronoun. Up to 5. Yes, there's quite a few. And so let's look at what they are. We have, let me share my screen. So we have category 1, which is હું, તું, તમે, એ, અમે, આપણે, એ લોકો. I, you, he, we, and they. There's no word for it in Gujarati, so there's no it. હું, તું, તમે, એ, અમે, આપણે, એ લોકો. We have me, te, તમે, એને, અમે, આપણે, એ લોકો, એ. મને, તને, તમને, એને, અમને, આપણે, એ લોકોને. મારે, તારે, તમારે, એને, અમારે, આપણે, એ લોકોને. And lastly, મારાથી, તારાથી, તમારાથી, એનાથી, અમારાથી, આપણાથી, એ લોકોથી. Now, to cover like all of these in depth in like a single lesson is just way too much. It's just like way too much information. But I think if I give you, I do believe that sometimes if you just have an overview of how things work, especially like if you've got a little bit of a base in the Gujarati language, you speak with your family, you've heard it, even just having like a rough basis of how they all work, that often goes a very, very, very long way. I remember when I was in India and I was studying Gujarati myself, like I was trying to like figure this language out. I remember just like someone just giving me like some basic guidelines was like, oh yeah, that makes sense. And I can fill in a lot of the gaps from my own previous knowledge. So when we look at words like હું, તું, તમે, એ, અમે, આપણે, એ લોકો, that first category of subject pronouns, that's just like the standard form. There's nothing to really dissect there. It's just I, you, he, she, like just really easy stuff. When we look at me, te, like when we look at that second category, let me share my screen. When we look at like me, te, tame, all those, like this second category here, these ones are much more for the past tense. So when you talk in the past tense, most of the time, we tend to use these. For a third category of mane, tane, tamne, these are really categorized by these nays. These nay that really categorizes the third, that category 3. When we have the nays, it's pretty much most of the time used for really set phrases. Like think of it this way. Mane a જોઈએ છે. I want this. Like you're saying, I want this. I want it. Right? Mane જોઈએ છે. Or mane તરસ લાગી છે. I'm thirsty. Mane ઊંઘ આવે છે. I'm sleepy. I'm tired. So these are all like almost like set phrases that use these category 3. Mare, tare, tamare, so on and so forth. These ones here, these are used for want, must, or should. For example, mare કામ કરવું જોઈએ. I should work. મારે France જવું છે. I want to go to France. મારે પાણી પીવું છે. I want to drink water. For these two categories here, 3 and 4, like these two that you're looking at, in many, many dialects of Gujarati, they actually switch them, meaning they're interchangeable. You could say mane is actually the perfect example. My family says, they might say, mane pani pivu che. But many other Gujaratis would say, no, 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 that's incorrect. You should say mare pani pivu che, not mane pani pivu che. That they would say like mane not mare or mare not mane. So these two here, depending on the dialect, depending on the person, they actually can be interchangeable. The last one, category 5, it's the one that's used the least regularly. If you never learned it, it wouldn't actually impact your Gujarati all that much. These ones are primarily used for asking for permission. Marathia kavai? Can I eat this? Like, can this be eaten by me? Like, am I allowed to eat this? Marathia pivai? Marathi tyan javai? Can I go there? Like, is that okay? So that's kind of an overview of these five categories. I'll scroll down here so you can see them written down. Here they are. Kind of like feel free to pause and read these 5 little sentences at the bottom. So that's that. Now, as a way to wrap up today's lesson, this is a note to my student, but really for everyone as a whole when we're learning Gujarati grammar. Really, well, yeah, Gujarati grammar and really everything in Gujarati, frankly. I think you just be patient. It takes time. Like there's no way to really cram it all in your head all at once. Just be patient and take it one bite at a time. Like right now, I can totally imagine people watching this, and I can totally imagine like being kind of excited, like, oh, that makes sense. Oh, I learned something. Oh, I didn't realize that. Right. Oh, yeah. That kind of makes sense. But I can also imagine you feeling like, makes sense, but I feel like I need more practice, or, ooh, I feel like it hasn't 100% clicked. Totally fine. We don't eat an entire cake in one bite. We kind of we take little bites at a time, and eventually the cake gets eaten. So today you've taken one more bite, and tomorrow you'll take another bite. So that's that. You're doing really well. I'm really proud of you. I believe you can do this. Like, I really, really believe you can do this. I really believe that people can go and reach whatever level they want to reach. Really, really fluent, conversational. I really believe that you can do it. All of you can do it. And so stick with it. And I believe in you. Here to support you. All right. Have a good day. See you soon. Aujo. Bye.